Hi, my name is Tertius. I'm back again to talk a little bit about business and business strategies, world economy, look at the trends and see where it's going. What I would like to talk about today is a concept that I wrote in a book by the guy called Robert Kiyosaki. Many of you have read the book. It's one of the most financial influential people in the world. And he wrote a book about the 4 financial quadrants in the world. Now, in this quadrant, you have people that are employed, you've got people that are self-employed, you've got business owners, and you've got investors. Now, being employed is that you have a job, so you work for 40 hours a day for 40 years of your life, and you end up retiring with 40% of what you've earned in your last paycheck. Okay? You don't have much growth. Where you can go, you can get promoted, but your ceiling is quite limited of what you can earn financially. Okay? Moving over to the second quadrant is being self-employed. Self-employed means you have a service that you render to people, or a skill that you render to people, and you're getting paid for that. If you want to earn more money, you have to put in more time. And I know that being self-employed, I've been employed, I've been self-employed, I know that you really go through tough times at some stages. You work long hours. You have a little bit of flexibility. You can move your time around, but you really work hard. And the thing is, when the economy is up and down, roller coaster ride, if the economy is down, your business goes down. If the economy is up, it goes good. So you go through patches financially where you really sometimes battle to make ends meet. So the next quadrant is being a business owner. Now, the difference in between these two and the business owner, if I'm a business owner and I'll work for 10 hours a day, but I've got 5 people in my business also working for 10 hours a day, which gives me a total of 60 hours of production between the 6 of us, and I get paid for 60 hours. And this is called leverage in the business. Okay? And then in this fourth quadrant, we've got people that's called investors. People that are business owners, make success, have money. They invest their money so that their money can work for them. A much better way of earning money than having to work for it. These people have more time and financial freedom. Statistics show that 90% of the world population falls into this first quadrant, where only 10% of the finances of the world arrives from, where in this category 10% of the world population falls in, where 90% of the finances are coming from. Now, what is the difference between the two? The difference between the two is that people in this quadrant and people in this quadrant, it's all about the way they think about money. Okay? We were brought up that money is evil, money is the root of all evil, which is not true. The wrong usage of money is maybe the root of all evil. You see that money pays for charities. Money helps people that don't have a way to sustain themselves. Money can help you achieve your purpose in life in serving people. So there's nothing evil about that. If you don't have that, you cannot help other people. The way people think in the two quadrants are maybe the biggest factor. You know, we've been taught in this quadrant that you have to get a good education, finish your school, get a tertiary education, find a good job, and you will make money. But is that true? No, it's definitely not true. You see, statistics shows that out of 100 people, 96% of people either end up being deceased or being broke. 3% can say that they retire comfortably, and only 1% can say that they retire wealthy. And looking at people here is that if you're in a position like that, obviously you're not going to get to that position of being wealthy. Now, what's the difference between these? It's the way these people in this quadrant think about business. They are called entrepreneurs. Now, the way you think about business is quite different. It is all focused on the leverage aspect. You don't work alone. You have people in the business working for you. Now, to start up a business, it would make sense that if you want to make more money and have time and financial freedom to do the things that you really want to do, and what your purpose in life is, that you have to move from these two quadrants over to that quadrant to make money, so that in the end of the day you can invest your money to work for you. But starting a business, there are quite a couple of things that's important. The big thing is there's a lot of cost in starting a business. Okay, economists reckon that it takes about 5 years for a business to break even, because you've got to get a loan to start a business if you don't have the money for that. Then before you start it, you've got to have a product, you've got to do marketing, you've got salaries to pay, you've got rent to pay, you've got all that thing before you even make money out of it, before you can do your first sale. And it's quite a high risk, and I'm sure you know of many people that started businesses and at the end of the day they didn't succeed. They end up being worse off than what they started. So making sure, if you go there are a couple of things that you need to know, and one of the things is also go into the right industry. So having to pick a model where you invest not as much money, and being in the right industry is quite an important thing. Now, what it means being in the right industry. If I would, for instance, say I want to start a business in the typewriter industry in the days that we're living, I'm surely not going to make any money, because nobody uses typewriters anymore. It would make more sense if I go into computer, cell phone, IT technology, because that is the way that the world is going. That is the right industry. So your decision of the industry that you're going into is quite important. Now, what I would like to share, just in short, is looking at the world economy, and I'm just going to mention the two leading industries in the world. And the first leading industry in the world is that of multi-level marketing. Now, at the moment I write that down, there's a lot of questions that normally come up in your mind. And a lot of people have these questions. They say, oh, is it one of those things? Or is it a pyramid scheme? Or something like that. No, it's definitely not that. Okay? But I would like to share a little bit about the advantages of being in a multi-level marketing. You see, nowadays everything is getting robotics. People are losing their jobs, everything is getting computerized, and multi-level marketing is giving opportunities, business opportunities to earn an extra income, do a part-time business or a home-based business, which is a need for many people and for housewives to start a home-based business or build a successful business at the end of the day. It has got very low startup costs. You can get for a fraction of the price, you can get into the company, you can start off. It is a turnkey opportunity where you can start immediately. Companies do have training available that you can be trained as a professional marketer. So you can start. It's mainly focused on word of mouth. We all know that if I find a good steak at a good restaurant, I will tell my friends to go there. And that is what marketing is. It's word of mouth. Friends believe you when you tell them, when you refer them to things. It doesn't matter what the product is. I'm not going to mention companies' products. I'm going to mention industries today. Most of them have international business opportunities. So you can work right from your home, behind the computer, because everything is getting on the internet now, internationally, and build your business internationally. Everybody nowadays are looking for shopping online. So companies are structured to do online trading. So I'm in South Africa, and if I enroll somebody in the business, either as a user or a business person in the United States of America, he can do his business from there. I can enroll him, and it doesn't interfere. Within the comfort of my home, behind my desk, everything is there. If the person then wants the products get delivered right to their doorstep. There are automatic orders if it's a consumable product, that you can really have the comfort of that. The other one is the industry of health and wellness. Now, why is health and wellness such a good industry? Well, more people nowadays want a better quality of life. Everybody knows that today, through the nutrition that we get from our food due to mass demand of food production, toxins in the air, pesticides being used, our food don't contain the nutrients that it did 30 years ago. So we don't get out of our food, and that plays a very big role in the way that we live. So we realize that we need to supplement. So many people are supplementing their diets to live better at the end of the day. And you know what? Your body really has the potential to heal itself if it gets the right nutrients. I mean, if you really think about it, 30, 40 years ago, there hasn't been so many aches and pains and nicks that people have than today. And why is that? I think the big factor is because nutrition is not in the food that we eat every day. People eat wrong. All those factors contribute to that. People are looking for a healthy lifestyle. They want to lose a little bit of weight, they want to do regular exercise, and they want a quality of life, and especially after, at a later stage when they retire, they want a quality of life. So being these two are the leading industries in the world. In fact, multi-level marketing is bigger than any two combined industries in the world. It's huger than the music and the film industry combined. So the fastest growing, second fastest growing industry in the world, and then it would make sense to either go for one or two, or maybe another industry. It doesn't matter what your passion is. I believe that whenever you pick something that you want to do, you have to have a passion for that. If you don't like the industry of marketing vacuum cleaners, don't go there. If you don't like industry, go for something that you can find valuable, and multi-level marketing is obviously the way to go. The nice thing about multi-level marketing also being so successful is that it really cuts out the middleman. So for instance, if I get $1 for a liter of milk, if I'm a dairy farmer, and we pay $10 for that at the shop. I don't know what the dollars is. I'm talking here in rands. That's our price more or less in South Africa. In between here, 80% of the product price goes into the middleman. It's shelf space, it's transport, it's salaries, it's marketing. And what multi-level marketing do is cut out the middleman. You get retail price for your products, get delivered to your doorstep, and the money in between goes to people, giving them an opportunity to build businesses over here. So what a great model, and what the way that the world is going into multi-level marketing to produce extra jobs, to help people to be financial free and so forth. A lot of things that we can talk about it, but definitely not a scheme, not one of those things, not a pyramid scheme. Now, what is a pyramid scheme? You see, if a company sells a product, it is a multi-level marketing company. If they have a structure, a triangular structure like that. But pyramid schemes work on exactly the same principle. The only difference is there's no product that's being sold. It's a matter of I pay Peter, Peter pays Paul, and Paul pays me. And if Paul doesn't pay me, the whole structure falls down. That is a pyramid scheme. Multi-level marketing is considered by the leaders in the world, people like Donald Trump, Robert Kiyosaki, Warren Buffett, Richard Branson, as the perfect business model. In fact, they all say, I'm talking here about people that are $200 billion strong. They all say if they have to start afresh, they would go somewhere in the industry of multi-level marketing to make their money and retire with time and financial freedom. I hope this video was valuable to you. If you want to know more about information on these two companies, because there might be companies that don't last long in the industry, there are factors there you have to really do research on which company is the best. There are companies in the health and wellness industry that the products don't live up to the standard, and I've written a blog on things, how to look at nutrition. Please click the button below the video where I can give you more information and tell you a little bit more and give you opportunities where you can be involved in. But it's a great way. I'll be sharing in a later video what leverage is, how it looks like on a simple diagram that I want to do. Thank you very much for watching this video. Enjoy your day.